So what I'm going to show you is a little bit of what it actually takes for me to go out on a job on a construction site when the weather's not the best, when the software's not working exactly as you'd hope for it to, and really just how I overcome those things and power through and end up getting the job done. So it's important that you have some resilience, persistence, and knowledge of how to troubleshoot when you're in the field. If you're out on a client site and you can't get something done because you had a roadblock thrown at you, you need to be able to figure out on the fly how to fix it, how to get it done, and how to make it right.
I hope you are having a good one. It is cold here in Texas this week. We are contending with freezing temperatures, and I have to go out and do some construction progress tracking. So this is a project that I've been working on since the beginning of the year, so almost 11 months working on the same construction project. It's a 1 million square foot distribution facility. What I do is I go out there and I take photos and video for investors and for schedule updates, and I also map the whole property. So basically what you do is you take an orthomosaic. So that's where the drone is flying back and forth over the whole property and taking a whole bunch of pictures and stitching them together into one giant high definition photo that you can zoom in on and get information from. And it has been quite the transformation of this site, from tree covered to bare earth and level to getting everything done, concrete poured, foundations laid, pipes, everything, just tons of people working on it. And it's pretty amazing to see how far it's come from when I first started going out there in January until now. They are almost done with this thing, so I'm not gonna be heading out there too much, but one of the things I wanted to talk about is that since we are dealing with these really cold temperatures, I need to plan a little bit differently for my flying. When it's really cold outside, drones actually cannot fly as long. The batteries sort of lose a little bit of their capacity, the density in the air changes, so the propellers and motors have to work a little bit harder. And so I have to make sure that I'm ready for that I'm keeping my equipment warm, that I'm keeping an eye on voltage, so that I don't have any potential accidents where the drone's just all of a sudden gonna run out of batteries and fall out of the sky. We don't want that. So it'll be a good time, and I'm ready to head out. I don't know, am I overdoing it? It's a little cold out there, but I have on some long underwear and some flannel and a fleece and a jacket and a hood and a jacket hood. I've got gloves. We'll see. I don't want to be cold. I've got the Jeep packed up. I have some backup equipment. I've got extra charging. I've got coats to stay warm and gloves. And I have about an hour-long drive to Longview to get to my project. And I try and stay productive when I'm driving. So I always go for education. Podcasts are my number one. Today, probably gonna be the drone radio show I'll be listening to. All right, well, I am out on site. Things have definitely cleared out a decent amount since the last time I was out here. Now they've got everybody working over in the newly constructed and striped parking lot. Woo! But seriously, the more that I come out here, sort of as I get towards the end of the project, there's less and less stuff that changes outside. So, for me, it's more about noticing the small details because I'm not here that often. And, I have a different perspective on it than the guys that are out here every single day. And I think that is analogous also to just when you're so close to a project and you feel like you know everything, you kind of miss the small details. So don't be afraid to have somebody who is impartial or who hasn't been working on that thing take a look at it for you. They can always give you a different perspective and help you find issues that you may not have noticed yourself. But now I'm going to get the site set up. I'm going to get my operation done, going to start doing mapping, photos and video. And luckily, since there really aren't any people out here, I have a lot less safety risks to worry about, and it should go well, hopefully. Still got to worry about the fact that it's pretty cold out here, and making sure that my equipment stays warm, keeping an eye on my battery voltage, and keeping an eye on the winds. But otherwise, it should be a good day.
What you're seeing here is what I go through in a general pre-flight and flight setup. So I'm getting the drone all laid out on the landing area, making sure that it's clear of debris and other safety hazards, checking the propellers to make sure there are no chips or any other damage. And the big problem that I ran into here is also working with the programmable flight software. There was an update
So I had to get connected to the internet, get signed into my account, and make sure that everything was updated and ready to go. And it really just took a lot of time to get through that point, along with making sure that the equipment was staying warm. And that also meant that I ended up using more batteries and more time to complete this job than I normally do. So just needing to be prepared and ready for those kinds of obstacles is a really great way to understand how to troubleshoot and learn in the field. The screen you're seeing here is DJI's GroundStation Pro version 2.0. What it allows me to do is program in a flight area for automated flights to do things like mapping and shooting orthomosaics. Essentially what I can do is set up the drone to take photos of an area and then use that data to compile into one large photo. And this is the app that I actually needed to update in the field, but you can see as it advances, it takes photos, you can hear the shutter.
Thanks for coming along with me on a construction progress job. I've been on that site for a little over 11 months, from when it was just a bunch of trees to being cleared and leveled for foundation and actually getting the structure built. It's pretty amazing seeing the number of people that are involved in that process from conception to actual execution. And it made me think more about how we have such little understanding of the supply chain and logistics that go into getting the products that we have such easy access to nowadays. You know, we get so used to and accustomed to the idea that I can just go on Amazon, order something, and in 2 days or less, it's at your doorstep. And seeing a lot of the inner workings of how that happens really gave me some good perspective on it, and it's pretty cool. And if you like what I'm doing, please like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you're interested in hearing about, and I'll see what I can do.